Okay, we are live. So, Hare Krishna, we welcome all the devotees for today's Throwback Thursday program organized by Iskcon Seshadripuram. And today, again, we are blessed to have His Grace Sita Rama Lakshmana Prabhuji again with us. And just for those who are joining for the first time or may not be aware of about Prabhuji, or those who didn't join the previous session, so Prabhuji is basically from a village near Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh, and Prabhuji did his masters, from IIT Kanpur. And spiritually, Prabhuji met with devotees in 1990s and got initiated in 1991 and received Brahman initiation in 1992. And like Prabhuji did lot of services throughout all these years. So like he was part of congregation preaching, book distribution, and fundraising, etc. And Prabhuji also served as a vice president and co-president of Iskcon Adelaide, and currently, Prabhuji is serving as a co-president of ISKCON Perth, and he is still, serving as a committee member of ISKCON Adelaide. So, we are very fortunate and blessed to have Prabhuji's association once again. So, we want to welcome Prabhuji by one time chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Rama
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Rama,
Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Hare Hare.
Hare
Janakala Prabhuji.
Dandavats.
Rama Rama Krishna Prabhuji.
and I think it will be too late for Prabhuji because it's Australia. Is it 12:30 a.m. Prabhuji? What is the time over there now?
No, it's actually for us in Australia again. We have different time zones,
Yeah.
So, like for us, it's 10:30. Not that bad actually,
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we are 2.5 hours behind. I'm sorry, ahead of you.
Okay.
So, in the eastern side, it's 12:30. They're 2 hours ahead, but we're still 2 hours behind the eastern states. So it's for me in Perth. I'm in Perth, Western Australia. So it's about 10:30 now. Yeah, bit late, but not that late. 8 now. Okay. What's happening? Am I starting now? Is it?
Yes, Prabhuji, you can start.
Okay. Thank you. अमज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। चैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं भूतले स्वयं करामयं ददातिकं मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुलङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दं माधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतलश्रीमते जयपताकस्वामिति नाम्ने नमश्चार्यपादाय हिताय कृपापदायिने गौरकथा दामोदाय नगरग्रामतारिणे कृष्णपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भक्तिवेदान्त नमः सरस्वती गौरवान्तारिणे शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे. Okay. Hare Krishna. Can you all hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes,
Huh?
please.
Okay, thanks. Okay. Okay, thanks. Thank you again, Akshay Goswami Prabhu and Adrip Mataji for inviting me for this wonderful program. Yeah, wonderful program. Because as I said, it's always wonderful and very purifying, I would say, to talk about Guru Maharaj and his activities and his pastimes in this material world. They're always unlimited. There's no shortage of them. And the more you speak, and so the more actually we have, the more you can churn the nectar. So it's very nice to see. And also, yeah, I'd like to thank all of you that again invited me again second time. It's a short time too. And thank you for that. So, so again, as I said, where do we start? Like my talk, again, it's not sequential. Like I'll touch on a few points actually where I had the association of Guru Maharaj in different places. So yeah, just bear with me. And of course, the title of the topic is about joy of serving Guru Maharaj. And also, I think last week, I think we had heard from Shago Prabhu about, Guru Maharaj is a servant, master, and a master, friend, teacher. Right? So, like the Guru Maharaj, he can play, various roles in our lives. So, um, okay, as we heard many times that Guru Maharaj is always very caring, very attentive to details. Like once I had the good fortune of traveling with him in the safari. Like how we're having the safari now. Guru Maharaj, of course, recently also, Guru Maharaj went on the safari. But those days, that was before the stroke. We were very fortunate Guru Maharaj to travel with all the devotees together. And he was there with the devotees all the time. So in one trip, we were going to few places and all the way up to Nepal to temple opening. Actually, in that, I think I spoke last time. In that trip, the details were installed actually, yeah. But I'm 3 places, if I'm right, yeah. In Kananad Sala, Siliguri, and we went to Nepal. And Nepal, we went there to for the temple opening, and also install the deities, Radha, Govinda Hari. Nice. And first we went to Pokhara in the town. And there actually we had some programs with Maharaj. And with us, we had one devotee from Australia. He's actually is a disciple of His Wellness Prabhu. And he's Australian. He's a bit outspoken also. Nice person. And what we were staying in one hotel there, and we wash our clothes, and he was actually drying on the roof there, on the line there. And of course, like he being from Western background, he didn't fully know how to what do you call that? Ring the dhoti, ring, right? To squeeze the water properly. So there was quite a bit of water actually on the dhoti, and so the water was dripping. And actually, as we know, that when it's not ringed properly and when it's not um, uh, when you don't take all the water, it's going to take a long time to dry. And on the roof in the morning, actually, we were walking, and Guru Maharaj saw that the dhoti, and then I was there with him, and he took the dhoti from the line, and then he personally squeezed the water, and then again dried it again there, because he knew because it's not the proper way to dry the dhoti. It will take a long time. It won't be dry for the next day. So I was very surprised because Guru Maharaj, even though, of course, we all heard actually he's associate of Sita Rama Mahaprabhu, and And then he knows if you observe him, he knows the Vedic culture very pakha. So he knows actually how to dry the clothes over there. So he was teaching us, how to dry the clothes also. I was very moved by that, and then I still remember that thing. Very caring about the devotees, and doing the thing there. And also on the same tour, then on the way to Nepal, can't remember the name of the place, but we were traveling in a bus, yes. And then we went to one life member's place in one small town. And the life member is like wanted to feed the devotees and host the devotees. And so we got, because the traveling is not on time, so we reached a bit late, and he arranged some prasad there. And we had some kirtan and had some prasad there. And in the prasad, naturally prasad was nice, tasty, but there were some fried items there, and there were a few things we don't exactly know what caused. The next day again we were leaving. Next day morning we were leaving to for the next place. But again that morning, and many devotees became sick. I mean, they all got diarrhea. I mean, like many of them are from the Western background. Actually, they couldn't take it, and so they got diarrhea. And I mean, we're traveling. But it's okay when you stay in one place, but definitely. Sorry. So it's the best situation, right? If we have a upset stomach to travel, especially when you're traveling the bus. So, so someone came and told, but I was with Maharaj in the room. I was servant there, and even Guru Maharaj also got affected. Actually, he was also his stomach was also a little upset too. And Guru Maharaj told me he had some medicine actually there in his bag. I mean, of course, even now also they carry so many medicines. Like those days also, he would carry so many medicines for different situations. So he had some medicine, and then he asked me to give me the medicine. So I gave him the medicine, and also he knows the remedy for the upset stomach is to eat what the fried rice and the yogurt with with jeera and the cumin, roasted cumin powder. So so he gave some money to the devotees. He told him to go and get the fried rice, chipped rice, and yogurt, and and he told the one organization, the Maharaj Prabhuji, also the other helpers, to go and give that fried rice to the devotees who were all affected. So he himself actually was affected also, but he was taking himself, and at the same time, he was also looking after the devotees. And so that caring nature also you could see, and I'm sure you must have heard also like many times too. Also, it's very visible, in the case of when we went for the Navadvimal Parikrama also. The Navadvimal Parikrama also, like many devotees said, and I also personally saw. Also, I was there in one parikrama. That was again before the stroke. He would also travel. He would walk with the devotees will place. And not only he would walk with the devotees, he would stay, he would camp there. Unlike others, actually, he wouldn't come back to Mayapur and again come in this morning. He would have a big tent, and he would stay there in the camp. And then he would go and see them because we used to have the programs, when we after the parikrama in the evening, had the local programs in the local places, kirtan, and then discussion, and also some play by the Western devotees. So Guru Maharaj wanted to show the people the preaching efforts, and also the Western devotees, so the local devotees can understand and appreciate the moment. So he would do that, and again the program would go till 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then after he would go and check everybody was okay and all, and then he would take rest late, and then again he would get up early in the morning and come up, then go to the fields to finish his duties, and then come late in the program, morning program, and again work with devotees. I don't know that I already told us. One time during the Navadimal Parikrama, like quite often actually during the Parikrama time always rains, especially on the last day. So one time there was big rain and wind, and so many of the tents were damaged and they got wet, and all the devotees were. So Guru Maharaj, he woke up and he started going everywhere and checking the Matajis are okay, safe, and arrange the shelter for them and all. And that way, he was always very caring and helpful that way, so yeah, and also Guru Maharaj is very particular with his sadhana too. Any opportunity, Guru Maharaj always reminds us to get the maximum benefit of that day, especially on Ekadasi day and the Kartik month, and now actually we are having the Purushottam, right? So on one occasion, when we were in Mayapur, I was there with him night, and that day, can't remember exactly, it's Nijal Ekadasi or Purushottam Ekadasi. One of them, the special day, Guru Maharaj was there on his computer and replying to his emails and all. So I was reminding Guru Maharaj it's late now, you should take rest and all. Then Guru Maharaj would look at me and then says, but he won't say anything. Then he still kept continuing. Then it's getting late, 11:30, 12:30. Then I would remind him. Then he said, but today is a special day, right? So we should stay up. But then I would tell him, yes, Guru Maharaj, but you're busy. You have busy day again tomorrow. But he would say, no, but today is a special day. If we do any devotional activity today, that's going to be many times multiplied. So it's good to stay up and do some service. So like that, actually, he continued, because we know for Guru Maharaj, it's not required. He doesn't have to do. But he wanted to take advantage of all these extra days and maximize. Of course, Guru Maharaj is a pure devotee. He doesn't, and he's already in a transcendental platform. But he wanted to show us to take full advantage. So like that, he was working the whole night, and as you know, there's so many emails for him to reply and all. And then he would continue till late, till Mangalarati time. He would get up and take bath and go for Mangalarati. Like that. And another time, then I saw him, and some of you may have seen and the terrace, where he would give he gives he's giving the classes now, Chaitanya classes and other classes actually now from the room there. Of course, those days that room, that of course behind his room was there, but that glass room wasn't there, and that terrace was there. He was chanting. So it was night again at 10:30. So then I was telling him, Guru Maharaj, it's late. He said, yeah, but I got some japa to finish. And so I got to finish my japa now. Then I'll take rest. So he was always very particular to finish his vows of chanting 16 rounds. That was a vow he gave to Srila Prabhupada. So he was setting a perfect example. That not sometimes for us, okay, when we are tired and late, we go all right, okay, now I'll postpone it, and I do it next day and all. But he wasn't like that. He wanted to finish his that japa that day, and then move on the next one. What else? Okay, and then once actually that was here in Perth. We were in a different place before. It was a house with about 1/4 acre of block, and so Guru Maharaj came. That was, I would say, around 2001 or like that. So Guru Maharaj came, and of course, so naturally, would get his diet. Of course, the Guru Maharaj diet before also was that, less salt, little ghee, and no sugar, like that. So very foolishly, we served him some prasad, but the prasad was actually like some boiled vegetables and those things. And then I was serving, and Guru Maharaj looked at the prasad. Then he said, "What is this?" I said, "Guru Maharaj, less salt and no fried things and all." He said, "Well, actually, I said no, less salt, not deep fried things. But this is for for a sick person, giving me all the boiled things. I'm not sick, like I'm a Bengali, I take bitter and other vegetables too, and even chapatis and sabjis too. So then I realized, then I said, like, Good Maharaj, I'm very sorry. Because when you said it was a bit heavy, I said, I'm sorry, and all. And I told the cooks next day to make. And then later on, then when we went to the room there, then he said, then he told me, like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I chastised you." How would you feel, when Guru Maharaj tells you that, that he is apologizing to you, And I was in tears actually there, Guru Maharaj, please don't say that. If you don't correct me, who else is going to correct me, So, and then Guru Maharaj is very, very expert actually in engage the cooks. And again, going back to of course, in Melbourne, also in Perth, also, Guru Maharaj used to, of course, still even now also, he would take chapatis. He would take the sabjis and chapati. Sorry, and the chapatis have to be when they're going to be cooked properly. They're going to be puffed. They're going to puff up properly. So devotees, Matajis, they would bring the chapatis. They would make, and we would go into the kitchen and bring the chapatis. Then he would test them. He would test them. He would test them, and then see. Then he would tell them, "Yes, okay, this is okay, 80%, or this is 60%." Like that, he would give comments. So we go back and tell the Matajis, okay, this is chapatis 60%. Then they got to be cooked properly, because one side is not cooked, another side is not cooked properly. Like that, he would very particular. And then, because when they're puffed up, then he would peel them, and then so they got to be peeled properly and break them. And then we take the chapati, the naan. And then that was another Leela. He would, after the prasad, then he would go to the kitchen. First we follow, and then he would go and thank all the cooks. And then he would tell them that there's a lot of BQ. So how many would you know what is BQ means? So he would ask a lot of BQ. BQ. BQ means like a bhakti quotient. So he would tell them, and so lot of BQ and bhakti quotient there. So, and also by as I always say, by being with him and by serving him, you learn a lot, I should say a lot. Again, when it was in Melbourne, and those days, he would take the, like in Australia, we get this apple sparkling juice. So we would get them, and in the beginning, like I didn't know actually how to pour them. Pour them because naturally this got gas in that. So when you pour them into the glass, actually all the gas comes out. So then one day he showed me, like if you hold the cup in a slanted position and pour it slowly from the edge, that way the gas still remains. Then the taste of the drink is still there. So then later we should do that. And also after the prasad, Guru Maharaj would take the ginger juice, raw ginger juice. The raw ginger juice means like you grate the ginger and squeeze it, and then you get the juice. That's very strong, but good for digestion. To take that, and he would take that, and then he would offer that to the other devotees. Yeah, that's another thing. He would never take prasad alone. Of course, there's nobody there. He would always make sure the local, the temple authorities, local temple president, and the senior devotees of Prabhupada, and the senior devotees in the local yatra. So they should also join him. Because sometimes when Guru Maharaj Prasad was late, they would may not join. But quite often, I remember Anil Prabhu, who is still the temple president there in Melbourne, so he would join, and Guru Prabhu, and they would join. And so by they joining, excuse me, Guru Maharaj also would teach us that we got to serve the other devotees also, not just only Guru Maharaj. Hmm? And also sometimes when we are serving, and naturally, being the disciple, like we are very enthusiastic, would serve Guru Maharaj, but he would chastise us, no, serve him also, and so like that. So actually they're comfortable, So, yeah, coming back to the ginger juice. So he would take ginger juice and he would give to other devotees, But for them, it's very strong. They can't handle it. They say, no, 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 not for us. So they won't take it. So, but Vilma is very, he is very actually in following the thing. Hmm? And the same thing also, like whatever is good for health, they would take it. That I said that in the last one, like in as I said, like I'm jumping here and there, but I want to make a point. So in uh, uh, in Mayapur, when I was in Mayapur, like he would, yeah, that's another thing I want to say. Whenever possible, like most of the time, he would attend the Mangalarati, and quite often he would do the Arati. Mm? He would do the Arati. Mm? And I saw him actually doing Arati to Radha Madhav, because Radha Madhav Pujari, I forgot the Prabhu's name now. I mean, when you go to my place, see, is the same person actually do the he wouldn't give to anybody else. But he is as a Guru Maharaj disciple, only to Guru Maharaj only when he goes there, he would give him. And then quite often, actually, I saw him doing Nashing Devarati. And it's interesting sometimes, when he's a little late, Subha Maharaj he would do, but when Guru Maharaj comes, uh, uh, then Guru Maharaj also goes into the altar, and Subha Maharaj actually he does one item, like say the incense, and Guru Maharaj would do the lamp, and then Maharaj would do the fan, Guru Maharaj do the flowers, like that. They both of them actually did Arati once, few times actually I saw that. So after that, Guru Maharaj sit that time, the beginning actually, when we didn't have the big panchata, we had the small ones, so he would sit, yeah, and when there were only small deities, so Guru Maharaj would sit in front of them, because though that time they would close the curtain only at 6 o'clock, not immediately after Mangalarti. So the Panchayat was still they were there also. So he would chant Japa there. And during the Japa time, also like he would take one of the boys there. They would bring the neem, the neem paste, neem leaves paste. But that's very bitter, but it's good for the health. He would take that, and then we all used to hanker for the Mahaprasad. And then he would stand till 6 o'clock, and then he would go for a walk in the in the in the Sorry, I think we lost connection a bit. Can you hear me now?
Yes, Prabhuji, we can hear you.
Can hear you, Prabhuji.
Sorry. Okay, thank you. Okay, where were we? Yeah, we were in Mayapur, right? So he would go to the Goshala and take the Khavyurain and take it, you know, and then would come and then come to the and go to different places. And would go on yesterday. Would go to different places, then come back and have Guru Puja there. And the Guru Puja, he would then distribute prasad, and there was as the years went by, there was more and more big queue. Like I heard from His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj that Maharaj also there with Guru Maharaj once, and he told him that Guru Maharaj, there are so many devotees now, it takes long time. So you distribute one and then I distribute another person. But Guru Maharaj said, like, this is the only time actually like I can see all my disciples, and do you want to take out that one also? So the Guru Maharaj didn't have anything to say. So Guru Maharaj would personally give prasad to all the devotees and receive the Guru Puja. Also Guru Maharaj also wanted to show us that the spiritual master had to be respected, and we should do Guru Puja to Guru and all. So so then yeah, he would went to the art like that, and and Guru Maharaj also, okay, I don't have much time. Okay, also is very expert. Is is expert in everything, and is an expert entrepreneur. Is an expert businessman. I'm sure some of you heard how Guru Maharaj's mother Lauren. In fact, oh, I don't have it here, but I got another room. The recent book actually, which was released during this year's West Puja time, like My Son Hare Krishna Guru. But I'm reading it. Wonderful book. You should all read it. Then you would know more about Guru Maharaj. It's not that like you know already, but you'll know many more things about Guru Maharaj. And he's an expert businessman. He wanted to get the maximum for Krishna. He would, when he was small, he would catch the snakes, the water snakes, and sell to the nearby boys there. And all the parents of the children, they were all worried. They would come and complain to Mother Lauren, and then Mother Lauren, he would chastise him. It's like he would tell him, no, you go and take the snakes back. Then again he goes and takes the snakes back for a higher price. He would sell them for $1 and get them $2 from them to take it back from them. So like that. So, and I've seen also when he was traveling before so much, he would, I'm sure Maharaj Prabhu and other servants who travel with him more, you would know, he would buy, those days actually, they used to have these around the world tickets, different Star Alliance and whatever, can't remember, like that. He would buy 2 or 3 tickets, because each ticket has got a certain restrictions. Okay, you can only travel in one route. You can only you can't go back to the same city again, something like that. And then he would use one ticket and go to, for example, in Australia is a bit out of the route, So to come to Australia, it's not the main route. So you would come with one ticket and stop it there, and you would use another ticket to continue the remaining journey to go back to India, something like that. So he wants to get the maximum mileage actually after his tickets, not wasting anything. And he also to get his tickets, not an easy thing, because he was so sharp in getting the best deal in the best route from the best airlines, and he would question, okay, how about, if this way, go to Los Angeles, Frankfurt, blah, blah, whatnot, I don't even know. So like that. So would question them, how about this route, how about that route, and once he told me that, when the booking tickets like that, he said actually, Marichi is the best man. He's the best, is the expert, and of course now Maharaj Prabhu is the expert in getting the in different routes and all. And actually, that yesterday, I was talking to him. I mean, as we know, Guru Maharaj now is in US, in Dallas, and so he has a ticket actually to come back to India, but now he told the devotees he wants to, I don't know exactly how, gonna break his journey somewhere and come to Sydney for a week, and then I buy another ticket to go back to India and come back later in November, December, and use the remaining part of the ticket. So that is his calculation, so so he's always expert in getting the best mileage of the tickets and the best price too. And he was very sharp and best, in taking care of Krishna's property, Krishna's money. You would never waste anything. And one time, like many times rather, now, well, before also, like, Guru Maharaj needs many tissues. And I saw one devotee, because when he wanted some tissue, one devotee, he was very enthusiastically, pulling, few tissues from the box there. I think Guru Maharaj would immediately just, why you're wasting so many tissues? Do you think you have a tissue factory or what? So he was very calculated, like, using the tissue. I mean, we know the tissue doesn't cost much, but still he wouldn't like to waste anything and get the best use of Krishna's money. So you're going to get 13 minutes. So, yeah. Was it just, I think, maybe a couple of days ago or so, or maybe a bit more, actually, one day it was there in in Mayapur. In the morning, when he woke up, I happened to be there that day. Then he said, "Oh, last night we had a dream. I had a dream. I was there in Haridwar, taking bath there." Then I said, "Oh, that's very nice, Maharaj." Then I said, "You were there also." So, oh, really? Oh, that's nice, very nice, actually. That to be good Guru Maharaj, actually, in Mayapur, in Haridwar, taking a bath in the Ganga, And Guru Maharaj was always very particular with his program too. And when he visited Melbourne, then he would ask actually what is his schedule. Sometimes, very enthusiastically, would give him, okay, Maharaj, okay, morning Bhagavatam class, after that in a meeting with these devotees, and a meeting this one, initiation ceremony, blah, 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 blah. Then he would tell us, where is my morning walk? But I need to go for a walk every day. Doctor told me I need to go for a walk every day. And then after, then we had to, and then we started including the morning walk also. And that was very nice and enjoyable. After breakfast, Guru Maharaj would go for a walk. There's so many places Guru Maharaj would go walk along the temple. Melbourne temple is quite close to the beach. Would go on the beach for a walk, and then sometimes actually inside the garden. There is a nearby garden. There used to go for a walk for about 45 minutes, and during that time, he would interact with the devotees and talk to them. And so that was part of his program also. And one time, yeah, this is nice. Okay. I was actually in Perth, but I went to Sydney for some meetings there. And then Guru Maharaj happened to.
Take here. इधर
So Guru Maharaj was passing through, the company was coming. Then I went to see him there. There are not that many devotees. I think he was only transiting, something like that, And anyway, we came there and had Prasad, devotee Prasad, Guru Maharaj, had Prasad there. After that, he was talking, and then he that time, what happened. There's no servant. The servant was there, but somehow he couldn't make it to that part, that leg, and so basically Guru Maharaj was alone, and he had to carry all his bags alone. And I felt so bad. He was carrying, he used to carry a big bag, with where his handbag, where they used to have his computer and the project, everything. It was so heavy. And as we know, of course now they're strict, but those days also strict. But the handbag, it can't carry much. But then Guru Maharaj, he pulled up a paper. I was a bit curious to see what is that paper, and then he showed that to the girl at the reception. He showed, see, a doctor gave me that I have to carry my medical equipment. So that was later. Actually, he got my doctor or some hospital. And then that because of his health situation, he had to carry some medical equipment. That's why he had to carry more weight and all. And so I was a bit shocked to see because Guru Maharaj wanted to carry all these things for the preaching, but his projector, he carries his projector and his computer and a couple of batteries because on a long flight, then I had to change the battery because those days they used to have big batteries, and change the battery and all. Okay, all the added the weight. So, but he was justifying that he had to do that because because of his health situation, even though that wasn't the thing for him there. And and Guru Maharaj again, he was always very very careful and very what should I say, very strict in following the guidelines of the local temples. He would obey the whatever the local temple, even though Guru Maharaj is a senior person, senior devotee, is the big spiritual master, but he would always obey the local authorities. It so happened once again when we were in Melbourne. Guru Maharaj actually wanted to come for Janmashtami festival, but the local authorities that time they said no, not now, because as we know, when Guru Maharaj comes, like the whole temple turns upside down. Everybody is enthusiastic to serve him. So even the local authorities, they were worried. Okay, if he comes, the other Janmashtami programs will be disrupted. There will be much collection, whatever, whatnot. So they said no, not now. Kumara was very upset. He said, "Well, what is this? I don't need any big place, and I can sleep anywhere and all." But anyway, Kumara followed that. He didn't come that time. He come another time. And also, he would always, eh, give, sometimes I think actually taking initiation from Guru Maharaj is easy, but no, as we know now, JP is very strict. Even before also, Guru Maharaj would always, make sure, he made sure everybody did their paperwork, and he would interview them personally, and I had the experience also personally. And when I first got initiated, that time there was one couple, and somehow they were he was a bit slack in chanting. So he took about more than an hour and a half actually with them, like finding out what were his problems and all. And that's why my initiation got very late. Got initiated at almost about midnight, So because he was talking to the devotees and all. But anyway, yeah, coming back to initiation. So Guru Maharaj wanted to give initiation to one devotee who actually, she grew up in the movement. Her parents are devotees, and but she's also a doctor, and she's busy, but somehow she wasn't. She wasn't chanting her 16 rounds yet, and but the parents requested, So Guru Maharaj considered, but the temple president, they were strict. They said no, she can't. So Guru Maharaj obeyed, even though he knew her from the very beginning, but he listened to the temple president, and he followed that. And in the next trip later on, again, by the time she caught up, and then he gave initiation to her. And yeah, got only 2 minutes. Okay. Okay. We got 4 minutes here now on my clock. I don't know how many minutes you have. So I'll maybe pause here if we have any comments or questions, anything you want to hear.
Gunjan Nitai,
Prabhu.
Maharaj Nitai Prabhu has something to say. Yes, Prabhu, please turn on your.
Gundaraj Nitai Das. Where are you from, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. I am from UK, London.
From where?
From London, Prabhuji.
London. Oh, what time is it for you there?
It is 4:30 now, afternoon.
4:30 in the morning or afternoon?
Afternoon, Prabhuji.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you're 7 hours behind. Okay, good.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah,
so you had a special
rightly
mercy of Guru Maharaj there. I heard Guru Maharaj was saying 400 devotees came to see him. That was the first time, which is wonderful.
Exactly.
Nice, no?
Yes, Prabhuji.
I don't know how you're
Prabhuji.
able to make it, in the airport. Yeah.
Yes. Fortunately, I got the to be at the airport. So it was with a lot of people, even more than that, where people were all the levels. So finally, the airport authorities could able to make a secret way to take Guru Maharaj out from the airport.
On the 5th floor,
Because
he wrote it in the app, actually, like kind of surprised.
yes, Prabhuji. So it was like crowded, like, in the airport. So
Really
yes, so fortunately I got that to be part of that in my lifetime as well.
wonderful. Leela. That's very good. Great, actually. Like Guru Maharaj creates all the histories, all these things. Actually, no one would, no one would do. These are all histories, for the future. These things won't happen again, and with Guru Maharaj can happen again. So it's very wonderful. Yeah. Sorry, Prabhu, tell
Pro-
me what's your
no,
question?
Probably
Comment.
is blissful sessions. Even hearing from you, from you're touching like every part of your service and association with Guru Maharaj. It's really blissful. That's what I thought to let you know.
Thank you.
And Prabhuji, I know we are like quite senior, and you are associated with the Guru Maharaj since a long time. But for neophyte disciple to Guru Maharaj, hardly 3-4 years. So how to meditate and how to take this learning, being away from Guru Maharaj, and it's also very difficult to have a direct service with Guru Maharaj for new peoples. Yeah. So could you just give some thoughts how to you know have that prayer in mind, and have that realization in bhakti?
Yeah,
Hope
thank
it is
you.
clear.
Yeah, in fact, you asked in a similar question. Like I was asked to Guru Maharaj, like how do we get your association and all. So Guru Maharaj replies, like by following the process, by chanting our japa, and by following his instructions, which are many to all of us. So that way we're always with Guru Maharaj. So, uh, I mean, yes, somehow, I got little mercy, not many, lot of mercy compared to other devotees. Little mercy by being with Guru Maharaj and getting association. But I can tell you, that's what is keeping me going all the years too. And so, but for those who haven't got that, but hearing that and by learning, by hearing about Guru Maharaj and by learning from him, and also by watching him and by hearing his instructions, hearing his classes, and we're always with him. There's no separation. That's what Prabhupada said. Like, he was never separated from his spiritual master. So when we follow his instructions, we're always with him. Doesn't matter where we are, so we're always with him. But physical association is something, but we're always with his association with his Vapu. So you can also associate with those devotees who had some association and and uh, and appreciating that. So Guru Maharaj actually is creating all these uh, histories, leelas. So it'll be helpful for the future generation and for all of us to be connected with him and to Srila Prabhupada and to the movement. So there's never a separation from the spiritual master. Mm. There could be some physical separation, but that will be there even now, even later also. But otherwise, there's always association. We can always be close with Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada, always by following their instructions. The Guru Maharaj's instruction is simple. This he was saying repeatedly, recently, again and again. We chant the holy name is the thing which can take us, deliver us. If we chant sincerely, attentively. And that's one thing I wanted to share, but again, time up now. Guru Maharaj also, one time quickly, I just said, he would actually he was training us to chant japa attentively. So once in Melbourne, actually, we came and he would hear everybody's japa. Huh? How, by the Prabhus, he would come close and hear and correct them, because quite often when we chant, we miss few words, and we don't chant attentively. I mean, we don't pronounce the words clearly. And he would hear that and he would correct. he said actually, because this is the main thing. If you don't chant attentively, then we are not getting the full benefit. And interestingly, Guru Maharaj being a sannyasi, he can't go close to the Matajis. But what he would do, he would he would ask us to roll a newspaper, make like a pipe, and then the Matajis would chant, then he would hear, and then he would correct them like that. So that way, Matajis also they didn't feel actually they didn't get the opportunity, and so they would also get the mercy like that. So like that he would chant. So he is always stressing and for us to chant and follow the sadhana properly and read Srila Prabhupada books and read about Guru Maharaj. That way we're always with him. There's no doubt. Does it help?
Oh, yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Even
Thank you.
others also might have something, but I had so many things to ask. But yes, in a nutshell, you have asked what is actually required at this point of time. Jai Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Please accept my humble obeisance. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
So there is
Actually, Prabhu, gone 5 minutes over. Tell me.
sorry, Prabhuji.
I gone 5 minutes over.
No issue, Prabhuji. If
Please.
you are available, then fine. Prabhuji. So there is one question from one devotee who didn't, I don't know what, doesn't want to reveal name. The question is how to take instructions of Guru Maharaj to heart and not take them for granted and cheaply, and how to feel his presence always along with mode of awe, reverence, and friendship.
Yeah, good. Yeah, and the same but boss, similar thing, of course. That is the tendency, Kali Yuga, what to do. We take things granted, we take everything granted. Uh, um, um, I mean, Srila Prabhupada gave us so many instructions to follow, chant, Jayapataka to read his books and all. But we take, no, okay, we can do it later and all. Similarly, Guru Maharaj repeating the same thing, is giving. And so, of course, even if we take a fraction of them, then our life can be successful. Because Guru Maharaj gave so many instructions for us, and sometimes actually, okay, we can just take as well as Guru Maharaj says, as the instructions are there, and so many instructions which he received from Srila Prabhupada. So we can just take only one, and take that as our life and mission, then our life will be successful. For Guru Maharaj is trying to follow all the instructions, that's what he is trying his best to fulfill instructions given to him by Srila Prabhupada, as much as possible, as many as possible. That's why he said there are many things actually which I haven't fulfilled. So we can help Sri Guru Maharaj. That way, when we take one or many of them, then we can be connected with Guru Maharaj also, and we're helping him. And that way, we're following his instructions too. No doubt about it. And when we take that to our heart, that will be very purifying for us, and it will be very helpful for us. And that's what and we can see like how that Guru Nishtha, how Srila Prabhupada followed his spiritual master's order, Srila Bhakti Thakur's order. They took that as a life mission. Now you can see how Guru Maharaj is also following, is carrying out the instructions of Srila Prabhupada to him. Similarly, if we can also imbibe that, maybe that's what I was wanted to say. If we can actually develop a fraction of what Guru Maharaj has, then our life can be successful. So that's a simple thing, and so we don't have to worry about I didn't get much association or anything. But no, association is always there. We just have to take it whenever we get an opportunity. We can take that thing. and we can serve those devotees who got the connection. That way, our connection is there, So we're never short of that, That is the beauty of this process. I don't know if that helped in any way, Prabhu.
Yeah, I think that clarifies. There's no response from
Is
the.
okay?
Yes, Prabhu, but thank you for clarifying that and giving more insights on that. So I think there is nothing else from any other devotee. I think we can conclude. So already it's too late. Okay, so there is a message from the devotee. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. So I think it's clear to the devotee as well.
Thank you.
So very well. And yeah.
Thank you again, Prabhu. Thank you for
Thank you.
conducting these programs very diligently and very in a very dedicated way. It's very nice. Glories to you, because I know it's not easy to arrange these programs and contact devotees. In fact, Mataji, she will contact me, and in fact, I'm a bit slow in replying it. Again, she reminds me when I needed that, and same thing with other devotees also, and Guru Maharaj has got so many wonderful devotees. I'm only very insignificant one. So many other devotees we've had so much association also with Guru Maharaj. We can learn, we can hear, and as far here also, like, we hold our J2 plus meetings try to do once a month, and invite 80 different devotees and hear from them. But this is a wonderful program which you're doing it. Thank you for all your efforts. Pray that Guru Maharaj bless you and give you the strength to carry on this one forever, because this will all be history. It will all be there for the even for the present generation, also for the future generations. Because Srila Prabhupada said, this movement has to go on for 10,000 years. So this will all be history for the future devotees, They'll all, yes, oh, this is what is Jayapataka Swami that time. And so wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. And
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
like
Dandavat
we have
pranam. Vanchakal Patrubhascha
Hare
Kripa
Krishna.
Sindhubhyo Jayapatram Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo.
So thank you, Prabhuji. Actually
Thank
now
you, Rajapur Mataji. Thank you very much.
by Guru Maharaj mercy, like we have now a team, and there are like previously, like when Anajina through gave me this service, I was struggling little alone. Now by Guru Maharaj mercy, now we have a team. So please bless all of us, all the team members, Prabhuji, so that we can always remain engaged in serving Guru Maharaj and keep doing this service. So we need your blessings, Prabhuji. So at times I do get discouraged, like you were.
Sure.
It's not easy. So at times I do get discouraged, but
Sorry?
then at times I do get discouraged as well, because we don't get responses, so we don't have speakers. So, but Guru Maharaj keeps sending someone or the other, and somehow these sessions are still ongoing by the mercy of our Guru Maharaj and devotees. So thank you, Prabhuji. And please bless all of us, so that we can also, like you are serving so much Guru Maharaj, we also can serve Guru Maharaj. Please bless all of us.
But I want to ask you one thing, all of you, how many other, but 30 devotees now. Also, please bless me also and keep me in your prayers, that somehow or other I'll be able to do some minute service to Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada in this life and continue this service also, And I also need a lot of encouragement and some blessings from all of you. So please keep me in your prayers and bless me, so that I can continue until this body is still there in this body, Yeah.
You're already doing a lot of services, Prabhuji. We'll definitely will pray that may.
This is very small, yeah.
Yes. Ashish Anand, Prabhuji, you wanted to say something, or we will conclude?
No, I was just wanted to thank you, Prabhuji, and thank you all organizers as a team for arranging these sessions. And it's always very blissful to hear glorification of Guru Maharaj and the senior disciples. So that's my pranam. Dhanwad pranam, Prabhuji. If I ever come to Australia, I'm in California, but if I ever come, I'll look you up.
You're in California. Okay. What time is it for you there?
8:44 a.m.
AM. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, I was there. Of course, maybe 10 years ago. I came to LA. That time I don't know you were. I think I don't know you were there that time.
No, Prabhuji, I
2016?
wasn't. No, I was not there. No, not 2016. Yes, no. Yeah, I'm hoping that I'll get to see Guru Maharaj get some association, some blessings when he goes to Atlanta. I'm going to Atlanta next weekend. Yeah, next weekend. And I may stay back because he's going to be there. So I might just stay back there for a few more days. So we'll see.
Good, wonderful, yeah. Whatever you can get it, please get it. But yeah, that time when we came, I mean, that was the only time actually I came to US, and we came to LA first. In fact, I came to LA, and then from there we went to what is the place? The next one, the Pansatwa. What is the town there?
LA and then Santa Cruz.
Town, close by.
Yeah,
where the
LA, Santa Cruz, or Berkeley. Berkeley.
No,
Santa Monica.
Berkeley. We drove from there to LA to that place. It was only about 3 hours, 2 hours or so.
Sacramento.
Pansatwa deities there?
Sacramento is far away, about 7 hours.
Not Sacramento. No. But anyway, then went to Atlanta from there. Then we were there for the Panihati festival. It was a wonderful festival. I got a good memories of that. And from there went to Dallas, and then I left and I came to New York, and then again caught up with him actually in LA, in London. Then I came back. Yeah, so it was nice. Okay, good. Yeah, sure. And Krishna willing, if Good Maharaj mercy, if time permits, I will drop in there. I'll keep in touch with you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dhanwad pranam.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji, for a wonderful.
Thank you, Akshay Prabhu.
I want to thank you by chanting one time Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare. Jai.
Vanchikalpatarubhascha
Rupal ki Jai.
Jai.
Devasapatana Pavana Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Hare Bol.